Rock and Roll Geek Show 655.
Still rockin' after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA. Online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2015. When I'm recording this show, it's 9:15 p.m. And this is day 30 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, where I attempt to do a show a day for 31 days. And I have one day left after today. And I'm going to probably keep going, I think. I don't know. We will see. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. This is my 15th Tecate of the day, and you know what they say about the 15th. That's right. It's not the 15th, but it's up there, friends. All right, let's get right into it. I have an audio comment, and I don't know who this audio comment is from. Let's listen to it together.
Hey, Michael Butler. This is Dustin, the Hair Metal Geek, hailing all the way from the Midwest.
Dustin, the Hair Metal Geek. Hi, Dustin. Never heard. You are a long time, first time?
How are you doing this evening?
I'm super great. Couldn't be better.
You doing fine?
No, I'm not fine. I'm super great. Could not be better. I'm better than fine.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Good to hear. I hope you're enjoying yourself a nice Tecate
I am.
beer or some other malted and hopped beverage of choice.
My malted and hot beverage of choice is a Tecate, friend, inside my Yeti koozie, the Rolls Royce of beer koozies.
I sent you this audio comment because I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, and of course, I didn't write any of them down, so I've forgotten the majority of them.
That's okay.
But the one thing I did want to comment on was Bon Jovi's newest album,
Yes.
and that is, simply put, that is not Bon Jovi.
It's not?
That I know and love. When I listen to
you love Bon Jovi.
one particular type, such as Bon Jovi, I'm expecting a certain sound and or theme or what have you. Like, for example, when I listen to The Darkness, I want to really hear the, really high falsetto.
What is the theme that you would expect to hear from Bon Jovi? I'm a cowboy.
Good, straightforward rock and really weird or funny, not weird, but just funny lyrics. But, and then on the flip side, when I listen to, say, AC/DC, I want to listen to a song that's just basically straight, classic, 12-bar rock with really kick-ass solos and laden with double entendres.
Yes.
All over the place,
Let me put my love into you, babe.
And when I listen to, say, punk music, I want, short, you get the idea. Anyway, so probably Bon Jovi's newest endeavor, the only song that I really liked was the one Rishi Gajria had a hand on, which kind of tells me that maybe Bon Jovi is influenced more by Rishi than...
Not necessarily influenced, but Rishi Gajria probably co-wrote the good songs, if he had it.
They may let on, but that's neither here nor there. I also wanted to tell you that I really like what you're doing with the Dog Days of Podcast.
Thanks,
especially
friend.
The short episodes where you're just like opening your mail or talking about the fishing or... just the random stuff that you're doing, and I really like the segment that you do where a band does only one album, and that album turns out to be just really kick-ass.
Yes.
Which, to be fair,
great bands who release one album only.
I may not fully agree with your idea of a really kick-ass album, or
I have one that you're gonna like tonight, friend.
The person that might have suggested it. But that being said, for the most part, what you've played with that segment has been pretty good. And
pretty good.
I also like the show reviews that other people do. So,
good.
On the whole, I really like this podcast. And
hold on, is this an ass kissing segment? I found the clip.
I need an intro for the ass kiss of the week segment too, please. Somebody.
It would be my pleasure to have you kiss my hiney. Kiss my ass.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Back to you, Dustin, the Hair Metal Rock and Roll Geek.
I'm glad you do it. So I guess the main thing I was wanting to try to convey here was that as soon as I have the finances to support you, I will be sure to flip some money in your direction.
Well, thanks, friends. You know, you don't have to send a donation. If you don't have the money to send a donation, all you have to do is just go to rockandrollgeek.com and click the Amazon link. There's a banner on top of rockandrollgeek.com. Click that Amazon link, and anything you buy on Amazon after you go through my link, I get a kickback. So if nobody has the money to support the show, that's all you got to do, friends. If you're going to buy something on Amazon anyway, just go through my link and I get a kickback. And that's a way to support the show without actually sending me any money.
Consistent basis, because that's part of it. You put in the time.
Oh, but back it up here.
I'm glad you do it. So I guess the main thing I was wanting to try to convey here was that as soon as I have the finances to support you, I will be sure to flip some money in your direction on a consistent basis, because that's part of it. You put in the time, and I appreciate it. So I need to, especially since you do rely on donations, I need to try to support that in some way. But anyway,
well, thanks,
enough of that.
Friend.
I also kind of feel the need to share my top 5 favorite bands of all time with you, because I think you and I share a very similar interest in music, and that's why I like the show as much as I do.
Well, thanks.
And for the most part, it's in no particular order, except in the case of Def Leppard. They are my #1 favorite all-time ever band, and that's because, I kind of have more of a connection with them as far as with the music.
Hair Metal Geek, write me back, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. What is your favorite Def Leppard album? And what is your favorite Def Leppard song?
Based on, some personal stuff, that in a nutshell, when I really needed something to kind of help me get away from it all, that was that they were the band that I turned to and really listened to a lot.
When you were down in the dumps and you needed something to pick you up, there was only one band that was going to do it the way you wanted to, and that band was Def Leppard.
Try to get away from some of that. But anyway, so the other 4 are in no particular order. Motley Crue, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, and AC/DC.
Nice.
Namely because I also find the biography, the story of each of those bands, very interesting to read on, and I've made a point to seek out their biographies for the most part and read them.
Well, Motley Crue's The Dirt is one of the best rock biographies out there, and Aerosmith Walk This Way is probably my favorite. The 3 best rock bios are, to me, Please Kill Me, which is about punk rock, New York punk rock mainly, and Walk This Way, Story of Aerosmith, and The Dirt.
In the case of Motley Crue, I've read Nikki Sixx's The Heroin Diaries, but beyond that, I haven't actually, and I read Tommy Lee's biography.
I didn't know he had a book.
But beyond that, I haven't exactly touched on like The Dirt.
The Dirt's what you need to read.
But anyway, so aside from that, I don't have any show reviews or anything really else to contribute to the.
It's all right.
Audio comment for you,
yeah.
But I will tell you that the next chance I get to go to a show of any particular kind, I will try to do a show review for you.
Please
after,
do.
So you can play it on here. I keep saying a lot, and I'm starting to feel kind of self-conscious about that. So anyway, that being said,
it's okay,
I do know that you don't mention Hailstorm a whole lot. And
yeah, I don't know anything about Hailstorm. I know Lizzie Hale, attractive woman. I heard she's a ripping guitar player, but I don't really know the music.
Because the kind of music you generally tend to delve into isn't really down that vein of music. But
I like to play metal. I don't particularly as much like to listen to it. Although, after the Dog Days, I have a track-by-track review of the new Iron Maiden.
Storm, in my opinion, is a really, really good band, and if you have not heard of them, and I
have heard
that you
of
live
them
under a rock if you haven't, but I kind of wonder what your opinion of Hailstorm is, because I love Hailstorm as far as a newer band.
Like I said, I don't know the music. I know that she's a ripping guitar player, and from what I've seen of her on That Metal Show and other shows, she seems to be a nice person But I don't know the music of Hailstorm, so I apologize, Hair Metal Geek.
It goes, and outside of that, I tend to stick mostly with older music just because I find a lot of it to be better in some fashion or another, either better musicmanship or
musicmanship,
lyrically or what have you.
I agree.
Also, I did really enjoy your podcast where the gentleman left an audio comment about Nazareth and Deep Purple.
Yes.
And I did like the one about Motorhead.
Yes.
I do. Whenever I think of Motorhead, I think of that scene out of Airhead where they're like, who would win?
Which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen the clip on Blabbermouth, but they played their show in Austin, and Lemmy stopped the show after the third song, and he had to walk, and he walked back on stage with a cane and said, "I'm sorry, I can't play anymore tonight. This was a great gig, and I'm really apologizing, and I feel really bad about it." And then they canceled the tour the next day. So,
Lemmy or God, and then he goes, Lemmy, and they're like, Lemmy is a god.
Nice.
That's, when you were talking about that, his illness and stuff, that kind of made me think of that. And if he does ever eventually kick the bucket, he won't just go to heaven. He'll have a nice spot somewhere where he'll be like a demigod or something.
That's right.
But anyway, I suppose that's enough of my rambling. Thanks again for doing the show. I do appreciate it. And again, if, when I get a chance, financially speaking, I would love to be able to try to support you. So I'm gonna try to get some money together to help out.
Well, I appreciate
with
that
because
friend.
I would really hate to see you go off the air, man.
If you don't donate, I'm quitting the show. All right.
Hope you're having a good day, and as you like to say, stay frosty.
All right, stay frosty, friend. You too can leave me an audio comment like the Hair Metal Geek did. Area code 706-621-ROCK. He actually sent this to me through my email. He just recorded it on his phone or something like that, and he sent me an MP3 to rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. For you, Hair Metal Geek, I'm going to play something that's another one of the bands that released one album and then no more. This is a guy named Jesse Camp. The album's called Jesse and the 8th Street Kids. I don't know if you know who Jesse Camp is, but he was an MTV VJ in what year was he a VJ? I don't know. I don't know when he was. It was like in the 90s, I guess, or maybe the 80s. He was. He got on MTV. They had this contest called I want to be a VJ, and he showed up. He beat out like 5,000 other contestants, and he became an MTV VJ, and he became really popular. And he got a record deal on like Hollywood Records or something like that for a lot of money. And he hired these people. He hired Rob Cavallo produced the album, who's major record producer, produced Green Day's huge albums, and Julian Raymond also produced it, who produced Cheap Trick, Glenn Campbell, a bunch of other people. And he put this band together with my friend Cher from Vixen, Bam, the drummer from the Dogs d'Amour, my friend Alex Kane played guitar, and those three people wrote all the tunes, or at least wrote most of the tunes. And he had on the album, guest stars on the album, Stevie Nicks played on the sang on the album, Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick played on the album, Steve Hunter from Aerosmith, although he did play on an Aerosmith record. Steve Hunter from Alice Cooper played on the album, Greg Bissonette played on the album, who was in David Lee Roth Band. This album, top to bottom, is a strong album. This is an album that they got all this money from Hollywood Records, and the record tanked, obviously. But I think it's a great album. I'm going to play my favorite song on this album. This is Jesse and the 8th Street Kids. Before I do, let me tell you how you can reach me. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, area code 706-621-ROCK. You can find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. Click the Amazon link, friends, and it'll help support my show as well. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek Don't Ask. And we will talk to you, we being me. I will talk to you tomorrow on Friday, which is technically the final day of the dog days of podcasting. And then I'm going to be going hunting. I'm going to go, the Featherwitch is playing with the Tubes tomorrow night. And then I'm getting in my car and heading up north to go dove hunting for a couple of days. I'm looking forward to that, but I will try to give you updates from dove hunting, and maybe I will do a show from backstage at the Tubes tomorrow. We'll see. We will see, friends. All right, here's Jesse Camp, Jesse and the H Street Kids. This song is called Crazy for You. We'll talk to you tomorrow, friends.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.